Namaste, dear all. This is Dr. Lakshmi. I'm very glad to meet you all today on this platform. Today I'm going to talk about metaphysics, what is the importance of it, and how it is useful and helpful in our lives. Metaphysics. First, let us learn what is the meaning of this word. Physics, as you all know, any matter or any object which occupies a space in this physical world, we should be able to see it, feel it by our five senses, either by hearing, by seeing, by touching, and it should have certain shape and size and weight. So this is what the physical science tells us about everything. That means it should be proved that it is existing, and we should be able to see with our eyes or with our five senses. But metaphysics, meta means beyond or above, physics. So beyond this physical world, there is a metaphysical world. Actually, in my opinion, I feel this metaphysical world is controlling and ruling the physical world. The metaphysics is something deals with things which we cannot prove in the physical form, like we cannot show in size, shape or weight, but they are in the energy form or the subtlest forms, and they are the metaphysical elements only we can experience in our lives, but we cannot show them as such in the physical form. But it doesn't mean that they are not existing. They do, because for example, if you say love, the feeling of love is felt by us, by you, but can you show it in any form? No. Similarly is our belief system. Can you show blessings? All these are in the energy level, but we cannot show them in the physical form. But they do exist, and they are controlling our whole life. Before going into the metaphysics, let us first learn about our body, what it is made up of and how it functions. Our body starts with a single cell which is called zygote. You must be knowing. Zygote is formed by the combination of egg or ovum from the mother and sperm from the father. So union of these two forms a zygote, which is a single cell organism. So this single cell has all the information and data about our color of hair, eye color, our skin color, and how our parts have to develop, all the systems in our body, all the data, all the information, and also the belief systems of our fathers and mother and ancestors also, and memories, experiences. All the information and data is stored in this single cell. And in the course of 9 months in the mother's womb, this single cell, the zygote, multiplies and multiplies, remultiplies, and then it is by the end of 9 months, it is completely formed into a human baby, which is ready to survive on its own individually and independently. So again, the body of the baby or us is made up of, as I said, we start our life from single cell, it divides and redivides and forms into a full formed body. That means our body is a pool of trillions and billions of cells. So we are a combination of trillions and billions of cells that forms our body. But our body is not just filled with cells as such. All the cells, they unite in different combinations and form different organs and systems which constitute our complete body. So let us see first in detail what it is. Cells, if they combine together in a group of cells is called tissue. Group of tissues form a muscle, and we have different kinds of muscles in our body. Similarly, group of muscles form organs. Like we have stomach, brain, heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, so many organs we have got. So cells, group of cells form tissues, group of tissues form muscles, group of muscles form organs. And organs with similar function form into a system. So that's why we have different systems in our body, like circulatory system formed with heart and arteries, veins, and nervous system which has brain and nerves, spinal cord, and muscular system, bones and muscles, reproductive system where we have reproductive organs, excretory system, kidneys, ureter, urinary bladder. So digestive system, all the digestive organs like stomach, intestines, esophagus, all this constitute digestive system. And integumentary system, that is nails, hair and skin, which covers whole of our body. So all these systems put together is our complete body. So this is the formation, or this is the constitution of our body. Now, as I said, we started our life with a single cell, that is zygote. So our body, as I said, we are collection or group of cells form our body. So every cell in our body has that information and data, healing powers, everything about our experiences, beliefs, thoughts, everything. Each and every cell of our body has that information and data. And in medical science, it is told that genes decide our character and behaviors. But now the studies say that our external environment, stimulus from external environment and the situations which make our reactions will decide the coding of genes. That means the gene coding, the coding of the genes can be changed by the external stimuli in the surroundings which we are born and brought up, and also the reactions, the interactions with the people, the emotions we develop, the feelings we have, all these develop and decide the coding of genes. That means by conscious effort, we have the ability to do the redecoding of our genes. In medical science, again, it says that certain diseases like diabetes or hypertension is a genetic disorder. So if your parents are suffering from diabetes, the children are supposed to get, because they have it in genetics or in genes. But this is the other way around. Other way it is true. As parents, we get some information and the belief system, thought process we get from our parents when we take birth. Based on that information and the same food habits which we follow from our parents, same kind of belief system we have, and same kind of, maybe similar kind of thought process. So this all may lead to developing that same disease which our parents have. So that means the same kind of habits and belief systems may develop into the same disease, but it's not that the genes are dictating or deciding the disease. So same habits, same belief systems, same thoughts and same reactions to the same situation as our parents, maybe that again codes our genes to develop into that disease. So that's how it is told in medical science, that these certain diseases are genetic in nature. So by our conscious effort, we can decode or we can change the coding of our genes by changing our belief system, by changing our thought process, and by changing the reactions of what we give, by changing our way of thinking and perception. So, and also one more important thing is our cells, when we are born till our death, they are not the same cells. I mean to say that each cell is not so long living. Each cell has got a certain lifespan. Like RBC or red blood cells have 120 days of lifespan. That means after 120 days they die and new cells are produced. Similar thing happens, like liver cells have 300 to 400 days of lifespan. So similarly we have different stomach cells or the epithelium of stomach has only 4-5 days of lifespan. So on, different cells in our body have different lifespans. That means they are continuously being replaced with the new cells. So now when we talk about metaphysics here, our belief system is very, very important, because many things we do out of our belief. We are driven by our belief system. Our beliefs decide how we behave and think and perceive the world. Like example, if we have the belief that in the morning I have to have a cup of tea or coffee, then only I feel good all through the day. So this is our belief. So automatically we just wake up from the bed morning and go to the kitchen and prepare a cup of tea or coffee and have it. Then only we are feeling good all through the day because we had that cup of coffee or tea. And in any case, sometime or someday, if we are not able to drink that cup of coffee, maybe we are outside or we are not able to drink that cup of coffee in the morning, then because of our belief system, because our cells are fed with that belief system, when you don't have the cup of coffee in the morning because of some reason, then we may develop some headache or not feeling fresh, sluggish, dull, and we attribute this to, oh, I didn't have my cup of coffee, that's why I'm feeling dull and my head is aching and I'm feeling whatever, dull and not active. So this we have created. This is just a belief system. By conscious effort, we can change the belief system, and as I said, when we change our belief, we change our thought, we change our habit, and we can change our behavior, and which helps to change our character. So all these are related on our belief system, and as I said, beliefs, feelings are metaphysical. So when we think something, thoughts and feelings, emotions are energy in nature, you must be knowing. So each thought, each feeling, each emotion has got different frequency. So when we develop some emotion or some thought, our cells vibrate in certain frequency which is matching with that kind of emotion or thought. So these cells store that experience or emotion or feeling is stored in the cells in the form of some information or memory. So next time when we face that same situation, or even if we just think in our mind about that situation, the cells start to vibrate in the same way as we were in that situation. If it is like anger, then we may develop anger now, even though the situation is not there. That means every cell is having that memory of that past experience. And also, based on this, we react in the same way in the same situation next time when we face, like anger. If we take the example. Today, if we have anger situation and we have reacted in certain way, that is stored in our cells. And next time, when again we are angry, without even thinking or taking pause, the cells and our body immediately reacts in the same way. That becomes our habit. So our cells are, and the information in the cells is very, very important. And as I said, this all is because of our belief and thought process. So it is very important to consciously change our thoughts, our beliefs. When we change our beliefs and thoughts, this helps for controlling and changing our emotions, which in turn helps in healing our body. Many diseases of physical and psychological level we can heal with our thought process and belief system. Our cells, as I said, they have certain lifetime or lifespan. So certain cells at this moment, certain cells are dying because they are already old, and certain cells are actively preserving our body and functioning and working for us, and certain cells are yet to be born. That means there are 3 stages at every fraction of second: creation, preservation and destruction. So certain cells are dying, certain cells are working for us, and other set of cells are yet to be born. So how we can heal or how we can change our belief system? By changing our beliefs and thoughts consciously with our effort, we can change and heal our diseases. Like example, if a person is suffering from diabetes, he or she keeps thinking and saying to others also that I am diabetic. He keeps thinking, oh, I am diabetic, so I should not eat sugar, I should not take sweets. So he keeps on thinking and giving the same information, same command to the cell that you are diabetic. So the cell has the memory that, oh, I am diabetic, so I have to behave in a certain pattern. But as I said, this cell which is now actively working may die tomorrow, and a new cell is going to be born. So by consciously changing our thought, we have to think in a certain way, like I am perfectly healthy. If you give this thought to your cells, then slowly and gradually the old belief or the old thought, old memory is replaced with this new thought that you are perfectly healthy. So the newborn cell which is going to take birth, maybe next moment, the new information is stored in it that you are perfectly healthy and happy. Then the old cell which was having the information and memory of being diabetic is going to die. So the new cell will have the new information that you are healthy and active, perfectly healthy. So again, day after tomorrow, day after tomorrow, as you keep on doing this, one day all the cells in your body will be filled with the new information that you are perfectly healthy and happy. So that's how your health will be restored. So it is very, very important what you think, how you think, and what you believe, and what you talk. Because our body and our cell reacts according to our talks, our thoughts, our belief system. So metaphysics, as I said, this is how we can apply and cure our diseases completely, and also our emotions can be controlled, and our thought process can be changed consciously, and give new memory to ourselves, which will help, as I said, to rewrite the coding of genes. So do try, and try to activate and give new information to yourselves. So now let us know something about our emotions. We all know we face so many emotions in our life: happiness, sadness, crying, jealousy, hatred, and so many other emotions. And again, these emotions are energy in nature. So it is very important to release these emotions, but not to store them in our body. Sometimes many people control their anger, or if they feel sad and they want to cry, they hold their tears. That is not good actually, because that energy is stored in our body, and after some time it may develop into physical ailment. Like for example, if you suppress anger, if you don't express and suppress it, it may be stored in liver. Similarly, if there is grief because of loss of someone, or because of any reason, if there is sadness and grief and we are not expressing or releasing it, it may be stored in lungs, and we may develop some problem in the lungs. Similarly, there are different parts where different emotions are stored, because that emotions, as I said, is energy, and we have to release them. If we don't release them from our body, then it is going to come up in a different physical health problem. So it's not necessary that if you get anger, you have to release it by shouting or beating others, but there are other ways to release our emotions. Like when you are angry, you can just take a paper and write down what you feel, how you feel, and tear it into pieces and throw it in the dustbin, or you can just burn it. This also will help to release your anger. And also, one more best way is, according to the book Atisha Prajna Vedam, written by Osho, in that he says, whenever you have anger or any kind of emotion, let us take the example of anger. It is said that this universal energy, the pure energy, is shown in these different forms, whether it's positive, negative, or neutral. So all our emotions are also a form of pure energy. So, but it is exhibiting as anger or negative energy. So the book says, when you get angry or even sadness or whatever emotion, but let us take the example of anger, sit with that. Don't try to divert your mind in something like seeing movies or talking to your friends, and don't divert and don't try to suppress your anger or any kind of emotion. Just stop your work and sit with yourselves and deal that anger. If you go deeper and deeper into your feelings and how you feel in your mind, body, just focus only on the sensation of that anger or any sadness, whatever emotion you get. If you go deeper and experience that more and more deeper, you will see that it slowly evaporates, and finally at the end you will feel happiness or anandam. So because the pure energy has taken the form of anger or hatred or sadness, all these forms are taken by the pure energy, which is Nirakaram. So this is also one way where we can sit and just deal the emotion, which is converted into happiness. But never suppress it or store it in our body. As I said, each cell has memory, so they will store that information, and if that information is stored for longer time, it may develop into physical problem. It may come up into any disease. One more important thing about metaphysics and our thought process is, when we are thinking something negative about others, we are connected, or we are in that channel of negativity. This can be explained with the TV set. We have a TV set in our home and there is a remote. If we want to connect our TV set to some channel like BBC or CNN or whatever channel, when you select that number, that channel gets connected. That means what channel you choose, you will be getting connected with that. But other channels are there existing in the air, but we get connected because we chose that channel. Same thing happens when we are thinking negative. We are connected with the negative channel. That means we send negative thoughts, so negative thoughts and negative reactions only come to us. That means if we think or say something negative about others, the same negativity come to us because we are in that channel. So be careful when you are thinking and talking about yourselves or others. As I said, your cells are listening and they store all the information and all the thought processes. Before you say what you think to others, first the thought is heard by you, and that word also is heard by you and your cells. So be very careful when you think about yourself and also about others, because your cells are listening. There is a saying in Sanskrit which says, Yad bhavam tad bhavati. That means, as you sow, so you reap. So it is up to us what kind of thoughts and belief systems we create or we feed ourselves with. So that's what comes to us, because we vibrate in that frequency and we attract that kind of energies. If we are in a positive mode or positive thinking, as I said, we connect in the positive channel, then we attract the positive things and good things in our life. If we are in the negative mode and negative thinking, then we vibrate in the negative frequency and we attract negative things in our life. So it is completely our free will what to attract, what to get in our lives. So take responsibility, take charge of your life and try to change your thoughts and belief systems, and accordingly your habits and behavior, and which helps to build your character. Okay friends, so this is what I wanted to share with you about metaphysics. Thank you. Namaste.